Hello, this is Trisha from Otto, and I have an online estate sale haul to show you. So these were items I picked up through an online estate sale. And let's see, I showed part one earlier. This is going to be part two. There's going to be a couple more parts. I've got a really kind of different mix, but it just is kind of what I grabbed. Now, a lot of these items, but maybe not all. There's not a lot of items, but I'm going to spend some time on a few of them. So yeah, if you see something you're interested in, feel free to leave a comment below or you can email me. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do these items. Some of them are just kind of standard and a couple are just different. I'll leave it at that and I'll let you decide. Otherwise, I think that pretty much I will start incorporating these into my live sales, which is what I usually do with the items that I show in my hauls. They are available for purchase, but for the most part, I do incorporate them into my live sales, which are every Wednesday afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern and Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Yes, and if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll be notified when I go live for my sales and when I put out new content like this. And oh yes, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Okay, I'm going to start with a couple Christmas items that are not overly vintage, um, but they will be making an appearance into my sales. But again, if you're interested in these, feel free to leave a comment below. Okay, I'm going to start with the treetop angel that's in a Nike box. Poor gal, but she's really pretty. She's got a nice face and good hair and a really beautiful dress. I have not had a chance to test her. And in fact, some of these bulbs look like they were up against, sorry, some of the bulbs look like they were up against the plastic and got a little hot there. So she may be just more of a decorative, but I'm going to take a little closer look at her. This is the first chance I've had to kind of see what's going on with her. Let's see what she's got here. So she's got a little top, like a little halo up here. She's got some wings. They are plastic behind lace. So yeah, I'm going to give her a little test and see. She does have more of a modern cord. So we will see what goes on with her. She was actually an item that wasn't included in the auction. And as they were cleaning up stuff, um, I asked about the box because I didn't remember seeing her. And they kind of looked in their records and they're like, oh, we didn't include her. And I'm like, well, I'll take her. Like, why not? I'll give her a shot. I'll see what she is. If nothing else, she's a very pretty angel just to have sit out, even if she doesn't light up. So here we have like a wire metal with glitter. I'm going to say metal with some brown spray and glitter, um, and maybe some wire to form this little basket with some great greenery in it. Here's the other side. And it's on the larger side, definitely makes a statement, but a nice basket, even if you didn't want to keep the greenery in, put your own greenery in there. That's pretty nice. Let's see, stay there. Hmm. Okay. And then there's something in the bag. I don't remember. Let's see what this is. Oh, okay. Well, this is part of a lot that I got, and I think the other part ended up being somewhere else because they were looking for it. So these are, and I'm going to have to do a little test. I'm not sure if these are plastic, celluloid, bakelite. I am just not quite sure. But these are hair clips. And so here is one of them. They're pretty stiff. They're not going to bend really. And so yeah, so I'll do a little test. They do bend a little that way. And I'll see if these are see if I can figure out what they're made out of. There are 5 of them in there, but yeah, these are I would say getting pretty close to antique hair clips with this little batch. And then for some reason, yep, I ended up with this button that I think is made out of maybe a shell, but it's a big button. I don't know, they put together, I will say, the strangest lots. Um, I would have bought some of the linens they had because they did have some really nice linens. But instead of just having a linen lot, they kept putting like this and this and this and then some linens. Well, I didn't really want this and this to get to the linens. So they made the lots a little harder than they needed to. I wasn't real happy with that. And then I've got a Christmas brooch, little sleigh with some packages. I'm going to look real quick on the back and see if it has a maker. I'm not seeing it, so just a nice little Christmas sleigh brooch. And yep, a little bit of holly right there. It does kind of pop out a little bit. Okay. Now, more Christmas. Yep, that's a big guy. And I've got this guy. So this is the smaller, and he's got a hat right here, and it's a really nice velvety material. And then we've got some pine cones, a really nice little either a dress or just a coat over. It is just on wood. I don't see a label or anything as to who made it. Now, it does look like we've got a beard and a mustache right there and a nice head of hair. So I'm going to say a Santa of some kind. Yeah, just kind of a little different, but really, I will say nicely made. Let me get in here so you can see that velvety. And then this is a really nice faux fur that is along the bottom. And then kind of the same faux fur was used to make the hair. Again, there's the little hat. And then let's take a look at the bigger guy. Oh my goodness. This guy is big. I mean, like, this guy is really big. Where is, okay, I don't see a little stand for him. It seems like he's got the wood here, and maybe he should have a little stand. I'm not quite sure. Um, let's see, we've got this beautiful robe, and it goes well past. So the wood piece ends right here, and then you can see that the cape goes on much longer. Let me get a hold of that stick again. Okay, so he's got little hands, nice belt, and then, oh, a big full beard. And again, some of that nice faux fur right there. He's got a cap. And then just look at all this faux fur in the back to make his cape. Oh, this is huge. And he is, oh my gosh. Let's see if that's 1 foot, 2 foot. I'm going to say, yeah, he's probably 2.5 feet. He is big. But he's really cool. There is remnants here of a tag. Oh my gosh. I wish I could read it, but there's nothing left to read. But he's really cool. And he was just included. They had a holiday lot that all this stuff was incorporated in. I've got a tub. The tub will be a separate video to go through the tub. And these were just pieces that just didn't fit in the tub that were included in the lot. Um, but I have a feeling the tub is going to be kind of a lot of stuff and its own haul video. So I grabbed these couple of miscellaneous pieces and showed them. Okay, now we're going to go into a little more of the antique stuff, vintage antique. One of the things I picked up was this set, and it's going to be a little hard to show all in here. And these are blocks. See, I'm going to set this right here, and then I'm going to show one of the pieces here. And so this is American bricks. What did we use before Legos? Well, I guess we used American bricks. And these are wooden. And you can see they've got the up and the in, and the back side also says, oops, there we go, American bricks. And so, yeah, you take your pieces, you put them together, and you build stuff out of them. So we've got a whole bunch of these red ones that are the doubles. Then we've got a bunch that are the singles, and they do say American brick on them. There are some yellow ones also, and they go, again, it just snaps right on there. And then there are some of these. These are interesting because they are kind of at an angle here with just the ends on the one side. Then, and I did go through, I will say, I did go through a little bit on eBay because I'm not familiar with these at all. And from what I could find on eBay, a lot of these older sets are like from the late 30s, early 40s, and then they continued into the 50s and 60s before the plastic ones kind of took over. What I was finding though on those sets were not all the pieces that I have in here. They had a lot of the red ones and the yellow ones for sure. They had, I'm going to say, different kinds of pieces to do the roof. Now, I have these, and I think that these are put together somehow to form the roof line on houses. I've got some of these longer ones and then a few of these shorter ones. And from the stuff I was seeing, even the stuff from the 30s, late 30s, they had actual like bigger pieces that would just fit on as a roof as like one piece. And I don't have any of those in here. Also, what I have in here, get these just a little more out of the way. What I have in here, let me explain. Windows and stuff, what I'm seeing in some of those older sets were like little paper. They're like super thin, like window panes and stuff, but they're really thin ones. What I have in here are actual blocks. So these are blocks that are windows, and I really wasn't seeing these at all. So I've got a window, I've got a little, that I think is like a window. And then I've got this, that could be a door. Yeah, and I just wasn't seeing these, but I wasn't seeing a lot of sets that were labeled older than like the late 30s. I have a feeling these possibly could be. But again, I just don't know enough about these sets. Now we've got some of these just plain wood ones. Um, got this kind of a piece. It's kind of a rust color. I've got some purple. And again, I don't know if these go with these, if these are different. I don't know enough about these wooden sets. I've got this little piece. And then I've got some ones that are like red brick here. We've got these pieces. Oops. I've got some like checkered pieces. And oh, and then this little piece. And I think somehow this kind of piece ties in with these triangle pieces in order to fit those on somehow into your construction. And then I've got some green brick and then one of these in green. Yeah, so as I was going through those sets, again, just kind of quickly browsing through eBay, I just didn't see a lot of those kind of accessories. Now, it does look like there are, oh yeah, and I had this one too. It does look like these also were had some round pieces to them. And I do have some of these that are round. This one's got more holes and stuff in it. And then I've got these two blocks that kind of fit. But again, I'm not sure if those are like American bricks or maybe they were just part of another wooden set, maybe Lincoln logs, and they just kind of got mixed in there with that. But yeah, it is this big box of all of those pieces. And yeah, I was really intrigued. Now they're marked, you can see Lincoln logs. I'm not so sure. With the American, it could be a combination again, Lincoln logs and these American bricks together. Oh, there's one more thing in here I want to show because they are really cool. And I only have found 3 of these so far. So this is 6. We've got, oh gosh, this little figure, I can't even read. Can't even read. Oh, and Jill came tumbling down. That's what that says. We've got the bottom of a soldier. This is just, I think, purple. This somehow ties in with those. And then we've got the letter F, I think, right there. Then on this one, we've got, I think, Old Mother Hubbard. We've got the top of a sailor, red, number 7, that same symbol, and then the letter G. And this is like carved into the wood. And we've got the number 2. We've got that same symbol. This one says, and the dish ran away with the spoon. We've got the bottom of a policeman. So if we had there, the soldier, if we had, or the sailor, if we'd had the bottom of a sailor, maybe we could, or maybe there was a body in there somewhere. We could have the body. This one is the letter L, I think, and that looks like maybe a little lamb. And let's see. Oh, and the color green. So yeah, I only found 3 of these, but they are really cool old blocks. Okay. Then I found this in this lot. And for the graphics alone, this is just beyond cool. This is the bubbler. And if that gal isn't like what the 20s looked like, oh my gosh. So this is for making bubbles without soap suds. Although I think you kind of are still doing it with the soap suds. So there's really nothing else on the box. And then the inside, well, here's the top of the box and how it opens, and the bottom of the box and how it opens. I do have the insides, and I have them right here. And so this is the card that would slide in and out of it. Now, here is the bubbler, and it's a wand, it's metal, and it's got a little bit of yellow paint still on the end there. And then here is, I'm thinking that this is like the bubble cake. It looks like this might sit like in the middle here. And then here is one of the cakes that I think it would come with then like 4 additional cakes. And oops. Then this is, I think you would put water in here, have the little cake in here, dip this in the water, and then you would be able to make your bubbles with it. And that this somehow was like maybe a concentrated soap cake, and you could put it in the water that would like form the bubbles. That's what I'm thinking, although I really have no idea, but that's what I'm thinking would happen with this. And then when that ran out, you had your other cake and you would just pop it in there, and then you would be able to get back into business of blowing bubbles. Now, was there a soap shortage in the 20s? I don't know. I don't know why you would need to be able to make bubbles without soap suds. I don't know why there's a reason for that, but here it is. But oh yeah, I absolutely loved that box and thought that was just so neat. And I had never heard of a bubbler and really wanted just to see what it was. Now, the last video that I did was all books. So I got a whole bunch of those books from that estate sale. And again, those were mostly antique books. This one I knew was going to take a little time. So I didn't want to throw it in because that video was getting a little long, as is this one. But these things I thought were really cool to just take a little more time and take a look at. So this is a set of books. And I'll bring it around to where the label is. Seen Europe with Famous Authors. 10 volumes. And what is amazing, and one of the reasons I really wanted to get this, and here are they're just, nice little sized books. This one happens to be Great Britain and Ireland Part 1, and there is a Part 2 to Great Britain and Ireland. And it is full of pictures in here also. I tried to do as much research as I could before the auction, but there's not a lot of information about these books. These are Funkin' Wagnalls. And if I turn the page, these are copyright 1914, which means that this series came out right before World War I. So when I found that out, I was really fascinated with this series because here is a book going through Europe. So we have Great Britain and Ireland. This is France and the Netherlands, especially France. I mean, France was hit so hard during World War I. Here is Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. Italy and Greece. Spain and Portugal. And then this one is Russia, Scandinavia, and the Southeast. And so, yeah, I thought this was an amazing in-depth look at Europe right before World War One. And I thought that was just kind of priceless. And so here is just a sampling of the places they go to and do kind of more in-depth look at it. Here's cathedrals and abbeys, castles and stately homes, English literary shrines, and then again, it has these fantastic pictures in here. And again, thinking right before World War One, especially in France and stuff, these pictures kind of capture a snapshot in history, and especially with World War Two, afterwards. There's a good chance a lot of the places that are talked about in here that are photographed just didn't make it through, both of those wars. Here's another selection of pictures. And so, yeah, I just thought that this was an absolutely amazing set. There are 10 volumes in this set. Um, and yeah, I mean, talk about being at the right place at the right time to have been, I'm sure, working on this for a number of years to come out with this series. Let me grab this one with France. I'm sure it took them a few years to get this together and then to have it come out right before World War One. And especially before World War II, and what a difference Europe looked before and after. So here's a great picture of Notre Dame and what they're trying to rebuild now after that horrible fire they had a few years ago. And again, more pictures and how things looked, and how things have changed in France. And see if we've got, here's some more. Here is the Opera House. And go. And so, yeah, I was just fascinated by this. Oh, here is some Versailles pictures. And yeah, so I just thought, kind of historical reference when you find really cool sets like this that they're kind of worth picking up. So yeah, I am again most likely going to be incorporating most of these items into my live sales. But if you see something you're interested, feel free to leave a comment. On things like this, though, if you are interested, I would really appreciate it if you would kind of also submit an offer with these instead of just, what's your price? What's your price? Because a lot of times with live sales, the price kind of depends on. And so when you ask a price, a lot of times I'm thinking, you know, I can start at this price, might go up to a different price during a live sale if there's a lot of interest. And, kind of thinking about that when I do think about submitting a price to you. So if you are interested in something, think about kind of doing the flip side, making me an offer instead of that, because you never know, you might submit an offer that I take. So thank you so much for watching, and let me see. I'm trying to remember all the good stuff to say at the end. If you are new, remember to subscribe, please, and give this video a thumbs up. And feel free to leave any other comment that crosses your mind down below. I do enjoy hearing from you guys and try to reply to everything that you have, because I do appreciate you commenting. And yeah, so I will see you next time with another installment of from this estate sale. And take care, and I will see you guys around.